you make of Samoa Joe's comment that Kofi Kingston is, quote, an unexceptional title reign?
I think it's one last-ditch effort for Samoa Joe to get into the head of Kofi Kingston. But let me tell you something about Kofi. As personal as this rivalry has been, there is a healthy respect that Kofi has for Samoa Joe. Even it was last week on SmackDown that Kofi said, listen, Samoa Joe is my most dangerous challenger. Kofi understands the threat at hand here. The question is, of course, can Kofi Kingston find a way to overcome that threat?
You can liken Kofi Kingston's WWE title reign to a 16-year-old with a brand new driver's license who just gets handed the keys to a Lamborghini and never learned how to shift gears. Okay? Kofi is stuck full speed ahead as WWE champion. Is it fun? Sure. Is it feel good? Absolutely. But it's reckless. And eventually, he's going to hit a wall. And tonight, that wall is called Samoa Joe.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the WWE Championship. Introducing the challenger from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds, Samoa Joe. And his opponent, he is the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston.
And Corey, I actually take issue with what you just said. You make it seem like Kofi Kingston's some sort of rookie out here. He's got 11 years, 11 years of a resume that got him to this point, that he earned. He earned the right to be WWE champion.
You're not listening. I am in no way disrespecting Kofi Kingston's ability. I was enamored with Kofi's chase for the WWE Championship, just like everyone else in the WWE Universe. I am talking about strategy as a champion. Kofi,
right out of the gates to Samoa Joe.
Has been all too willing to accept everyone that steps to him. That is not a wise decision. That is not a wise way to reign as champion. If you do, you won't last long.
Just clobbered by Samoa Joe, and here comes the big man with the rights. And just backing Kofi Kingston into the corner, this first time ever one-on-one matchup.
Samoa Joe is a hostile, nasty individual.
There's a difference between being a brave champion and having a death wish for your title reign. Because that's what Samoa Joe's equivalent to.
You're right. I mean, Kofi has been operating at a breakneck pace, and I think that's why Samoa Joe thought Kofi might be a vulnerable target.
Look at Kofi trying to battle out of the corner. Joe sweeps the leg.
Kofi's left knee might have hyperextended. That was nasty looking.
It looked like the contact again, right to the kneecap, but still, Kofi Kingston trying to gather himself.
It's just a display of the quickness possessed by Samoa Joe. At over 300 pounds, moves like a man half that size.
There's no other athlete on the planet like Joe, and he ties up Kofi Kingston.
Let's go, champ!
And let's take one more look at Samoa Joe. Incredible quickness as he goes down low and sweeps the knee.
Oh, God.
Looked pretty nasty.
That bend on the left side of the knee.
I immediately got flashbacks to when Seth Rollins destroyed his knee. It was a very similar maneuver, but obviously Kofi's still in this fight for the moment. And what makes Samoa Joe stand out from other competitors is that he's a mix of skill and malice. Case in point. Samoa Joe knows the maneuvers, he knows the tactics, he is a technician, but he just gets so much pleasure from hurting his opponents.
Watch this. You can hear the impact from Samoa Joe.
Joe just screaming at Kofi, you don't understand what you're dealing with. And I think reality is kicking Kofi Kingston in the teeth right now.
And now Samoa Joe slowing this down to the pace that he wants, and for as much for the moment you made, the discussion that you had earlier about Roman Reigns, the distractions from earlier this week. Kofi Kingston, he was at the ESPYs as well with his entire family trying to take in that moment.
And again, I never begrudge Kofi for living his best life as WWE champ. It's a dream only a select few will ever be able to realize. But the fact is, when you've got Samoa Joe breathing down your neck, you have got to be prepared for the fight of your life.
Throughout the years, it always seemed like Joe was on the cusp of greatness to achieve top honors here at WWE.
Look out. Boom! Right to the neck with the kick. Now Samoa Joe, this could be it. Close to the corner, hooks the leg, kick out by Kofi.
Each time Joe has gotten a little bit closer to the finish line, that championship finish line, you know, it just builds the frustration in that man's career. And he is looking at Kofi Kingston.
Samoa Joe's looking at Kofi Kingston like lunch, Byron. I have known Samoa Joe for probably 10 years prior to making it here to WWE. And everywhere Samoa Joe has stepped foot, he has excelled. He has captured the titles he wants. He has yet to taste that same success in a WWE ring, and that eats at Samoa Joe. Every day of his life, he wakes up and looks in the mirror and is disappointed in himself.
Look at Kofi
just swinging.
Look at Kofi firing off on the challenger.
And Joe takes that disappointment out on his opponents night after night. It's cathartic.
From the middle rope, went for the crossbody. Samoa Joe laughed it off.
Yeah, but Kofi's still...
Oh, Kofi with a drop kick.
Samoa Joe, you should not make the mistake of underestimating the resiliency of Kofi Kingston.
And now Kofi, caught amongst the ropes.
Nothing pretty about that, just a straight right. Stop the champion dead in his tracks. Cover here by the challenger.
Joe slides inside, hook to the leg, kick out by Kofi. Remember, champion's advantage. The Kingston title can only change hands via pinfall or submission.
No real sense of urgency right now for Samoa Joe. Joe is happy. He would be content.
Oh,
God, again. To wear down Kingston, to just brutalize the champion.
It's a sound strategy up to this point for Samoa Joe. This is the kind of pace that he thrives at.
Huh? Is this the head, Kofi? Is this the head? You got any justice for me now?
Oh, no. This is too far, Joe. Ow! That small joint manipulation, questionable legality, undoubtedly effective.
Payback from SmackDown from a few weeks ago.
Oh no. Don't do this.
Oh my God, he's caught the hand of Kofi in between the two.
Just a finger, just a finger.
Oh!
Who's number one now? Who's number one now?
Samoa Joe may have just shattered the fingers of the WWE Champion in retaliation for that questionable gesture several weeks ago.
Samoa Joe is a sick man.
I don't think there's any denying that, Byron. But that sickness is what makes Samoa Joe so lethal. Such a massive threat to Kofi Kingston's championship.
Kofi! What's wrong? What? What you got for me now? What you got for me now?
He did it again. Another act of defiance from the champion, but I think that was ill-advised. Kofi's just going to incur the wrath of Samoa Joe even worse.
Not the wisest move, that fighting spirit till the end is what Kofi Kingston represents.
Now Kofi again, the one bad leg, the banged up hand, trying to battle back, fight through the pain. Drop kick right to the face. And Joe still on his feet. Kofi Kingston trying to keep the momentum here against the challenger.
Kofi Kingston has given himself new life in this match.
I wouldn't get ahead of myself yet, Byron. Kofi Kingston bought himself a few seconds. Samoa Joe's far from finished.
Oh, and great job by Samoa Joe.
Oh, no, Kofi caught himself. Kofi caught himself.
Trying to create a little bit of space. Kofi Kingston to the top, cross body, hook to the leg, middle of the ring. Joe kicks out at 2.
Kofi's still feeling the effects. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he had broken fingers. Having them crushed in the steel ring stairs. Kofi, I think Kofi instinctively wanted to throw a right hand and realized
Oh, power slam by Joe. Hook to the leg to win the title and a kick out.
Joe so sudden in his movements.
Now Samoa Joe just trying to wrangle Kofi Kingston. Going for the power bomb into the cover. Shoulders are down on Kingston.
The official is out of position.
And look at this. Great job.
Seamless transition into the STF by Samoa Joe in the middle of the ring.
Kofi's WWE Championship in serious peril.
And it's Kofi's left knee that's trapped in Joe's submission, and Joe now trying to pry at the fingers of Kingston.
And now pulls back the hand, and again the injured hands of Kofi Kingston throughout this match. Trying to drag himself to the bottom rope to break up the submission. And Kofi
barely gonna get it.
Kofi gets his foot on the bottom rope.
Break, 1, 2.
Kofi can credit the bottom rope for saving his WWE Championship reign, at least for a few moments longer, but I think Samoa Joe is about to become what he says he is, the inevitable.
Samoa Joe is learning as this match goes on just how tough Kofi Kingston is.
That has been the story of Kofi Kingston ever since he captured the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That never say die attitude, always hanging on.
Hey, wait a minute, Kofi Kingston! Oh! SOS! Hold on! For the spin! Oh, and a kick out!
A desperate effort from Kingston, put Joe down for a 2 count, but again, Samoa Joe back to all fours, at least for the moment. Kofi trying to muster some sort of comeback.
Kofi bought himself time, trying to fire up the WWE Universe. Banged up right hand, banged up left knee. Oh no!
Here it is! Coquina clutch! Coquina clutch!
Samoa Joe has got a hold of Kofi Kingston. Kofi trying to work his way to the corner and driven down. Smash! Cover, hook to the inside leg. Kofi got the shoulder up in time.
Just that quickly, Samoa Joe. Effectively, it was a warning shot to Kingston. Staring, trying to wonder, but look at this. Kofi wanted to escape, and Joe 2 steps ahead.
Turned it into a Uranagi and then a senton, nearly put him away. And Byron, it's the eyes of Samoa Joe that are telling the story.
The eyes of confidence, the eyes that Samoa Joe truly believes he's got Kofi right where he wants him.
And now Samoa Joe, kick right in the face. Now Kofi Kingston again, rocked by Samoa Joe.
You see the eyes of Kofi.
Oh, that's a straight right. Put Kofi down.
Oh, in trouble in
paradise! No way!
Samoa Joe's down. Cover. Kofi Kingston retains.
Here is your winner and still the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston!
Some might call it a fairy tale, some might call it a dream, but the story is the same again. Somehow, some way, Kofi